Whatever happens as a consequence of telling the truth is the best thing that can happen. It doesn't really matter how it looks to you at the moment, or maybe even across the years, because you have to. It's an article of faith in some sense. Do you believe that reality is better constituted as a consequence of truth or falsity? If you believe that reality is best constituted as a consequence of truth, then you have a responsibility to speak the truth, and you can't assess the consequences and say, well, that was a mistake, because part of the decision that reality is best constituted as a consequence of the truth is the decision that no matter what happens is the best if it's a consequence of telling the truth. And so that's what I conclude. It's like, this is what happened because I said what I had to say as clearly as I could say it. And that's as good as it could be. Now, whether or not that's good, well, it's good compared to all possible alternatives, all possible realistic alternatives. That's an article of faith as far as I'm concerned. You know, our culture is predicated on the idea that truth in speech is of divine significance. It's the fundamental presupposition of our culture. Well, if you believe that, then you act it out. And you take the consequences. You're going to take the consequences one way or another, you know. So, you want the truth on your side? Or do you want to hide behind falsehoods?
This was a word that I received this morning from the Lord after a night of agony, praying because sometimes we suffer consequences that we do not expect. Like I remembered the time when I wrote that little letter to the congregation in the church when they were going to the prosperity gospel. And I received a tremendous blow that I thought I would die from. Sometimes we can receive blows that we think we're going to die from. And we think that it was the devil, and come to find out all it was a consequence of the truth that you said. Your truth. Sometimes we don't express it greatly. Sometimes we offend and hurt, especially our closest people that we love the most, and simply because of our ineptitude and ability or lack of wisdom to actually express the truth as God reveals it. And so anyway, this was just a little, I wanted to share this this truth and consequences. What an amazing message that is. There are consequences, and we just have to be prepared to receive them, even if our truth is expressed in a very inept and a way that others can't see. God bless.